How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Joe, and I'm bringing to you a DIY moment, how to change a whole house water filter. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First off, what we do is we take this device right here. It's a whole house filter wrench. You go find your filter, which is right there for me, and first thing you do is you find your cutoff. Some houses it's underneath the house, around the expansion tank, or sometimes it's all the way out at the well. In my case, luckily, I have a cutoff valve here and a cutoff valve here. So what you do is you get up under here and you cut your valves off. Once you cut them off, you have a little red button right here. You press that to release any pressure left. Then you take your wrench and you bring it up and put it right in place. Now, main thing you got to do is be very careful. When you're doing this, you want to put your hand on the top of it and hold it while you're doing this, so you don't wrench the thing loose. In my case, I had already got it loose. So, what you want to do is make sure you have both hands available, like so. You take and unscrew it. Be very careful, because this thing will fall here in just a moment if you're not careful and holding on to it. Now, here it is. Let's go ahead and bring it on out. Set it right here. What you do, of course, take your O-ring, set it aside, because you're going to need to reuse it. You take this out. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. A dirty old whole house filter. All it's worth is just dropping it on the ground. Now, bear with me a second. Let me get my angle set up. I'm hoping I'm in camera now. When you get a whole house filter, most times they're wrapped up like this. Unwrap it. Set it aside. Now, your next step is take this with the murky water and pour it out. What you want to do, if you notice down the side there, you got black sand. Now, people who like to gold pan, they would want to keep that. What you do, before you do this, you want to make sure you fill you up a couple containers of water so you can rinse this out. Now, most people like to stick their hands in there and clean the walls. There's really no need to do that, because it's going to get dirty all over again. You just want to get all them particles that are lying loose in here out. Now, the main thing you have to be careful with when doing this is you got to get this O-ring back in place and make sure it stays in place when you go to install it, because you can really mess your system up. Now, the new filter just drops right into place. From there, you bring it down here. Let me set the camera up so you can see. Bear with me. What you got to do now is carefully get your butt back into the spot And you just got to be very careful when putting this thing back up. You don't want to cross thread it, because you can really screw this system up if you cross thread it and wrench it down. And I know it looks weird, that filter in there jobbling around, but after a certain point it pops it into place, and there you go. You get her screwed down, grab this nifty wrench, put it up on here, hold the filter case, and wrench it 1/8 of a turn. Now your biggest thing is when you go to turn the water back on, make sure you know, if you guys set up like this, turn the feed line on first, which is this one. You do that, and it fills the water up. Because if you mistakenly open up this line first, it can release all the pressure from all the lines in the house, and you'll have a problem when you go to turn it back on. Now you turn that on and you're done. I'll be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. So you just witnessed me taking out the old filter and changing it out and reconnecting everything and turning the water back on. The most important thing you've got to do when you get done doing that step, you got to come in here, turn the water on. Turn it on cold and hot. Best part is to leave it on cold. You let it run according to the directions. Some filters you don't have to run it at all, just to turn it on to bring the pressure back up in case you accidentally release the pressure. Some filters require you to leave it running 15 to 30 minutes. That's when you're using carbon filters. You got to run all the loose carbon off of it, because you don't want to drink that stuff. It can make your tummy hurt. So follow your instructions on your filter box and follow instructions on the filter system that you have. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first DIY segment. Hope it helps you out, and leave a comment down in the box if this video helped you out. I'll be back for more DIY segments later on.